What is up, guys? VGA322 here, back with part 12 of the Rayman 2 Blind Let's Play. And once again, welcome back to the realm of post-commentary. That's right, we have to do some post-com this time. Last time we got our second mask in the Sanctuary of Fire... in the Sanctuary of Stone and Fire, sorry, got that the wrong way. This time we're heading into the Echoing Caves, and we have a pirate roaming about here. Thankfully this one didn't take as long as last time, so that's nice. That's really nice. It didn't take an hour and 18 minutes to get through a level this time. We're back on track with about 20 minutes to half an hour, so hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, this level was pretty cool, actually. I enjoyed it. It had some really nice mechanics. It had some really bad mechanics at times, which you'll see later, because we'll go over when we get there. While we wait, though, currently we are working on just getting some switches, and I turned my TV on. Didn't mean to do that. We're working on getting 4 switches. As you can see down in the bottom right corner there are 4 little circles there, and they correspond with the 4 switches we have to find in order to get the door right there open. So that's what we're going to be doing. And while that goes on, we're going to talk about something that has finally happened, and that is the fact that I ordered an HD PVR. I was talking about it the other day, and it finally happened. So it should be here Monday or Tuesday, so I'll probably start doing test videos for that soon. But because we have this HD PVR, it means that I'm gonna be able to expand the library of games I can do for Let's Plays, which is nice. As you guys know, I've really wanted to do Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 for a bit, and ever since I got it back in when did it come out? 2012, I think. I think it was 2012 when Skyrim came out, and I wanted to do an LP for Skyrim as well. But of course, the fact that I'd have to record the PS3 on composite cables, it would just look really, really bad, and I wouldn't want to do that. So now that I have this, it's a viable option, which is nice. And another game I've always really wanted to do is Brutal Legend on the PS3 as well. And I know it's a game that doesn't really get all that much recognition, but it's such a fantastic game. Like, I don't understand why people hate on it so much. Like, people were like, oh, it tried to be too many things. But no, it did what it wanted to do pretty well. The only problem with that, though, is that there's a lot of copywritten music in the game, so I'd probably have to turn all the music off and stick with the original soundtrack to the game. But honestly, that's okay with me, because I love the original soundtrack to that game. I actually listen to it all the time. It's a really, really nice soundtrack, so we'll have to figure something out for that, if I do choose to do that, because I know that there are obviously going to be copyright issues there, because there's so much music in that game, and some of it's in cutscenes and it's unavoidable, and some of them are set to missions, which is unavoidable, so we'll have to figure that one out. If I decide to do that, we will do that for sure. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, then you should totally, you know, leave them in the comments. You know, let me know what you want me to play. Stick to the PS3. I don't have an Xbox 360, so I can't really do that. Although apparently I've heard I can record my computer with this thing, so I could play a computer game. I could look into that and try and get that working, and maybe we can figure something out, because there are a couple PC games I would love to play. Of course, I'd have to find them again, but there are some PC games I would love to play. A lot of stuff from my childhood that I would really enjoy, so maybe we could do that. That would be nice. But yeah, for the time being, I mainly got it just so I can record the PS3. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. In other news, we are jumping on platforms and dying because I didn't wait for it to raise up high enough, and then I realized that the platform raises. But yeah, random stuff. Yeah, it's kind of exciting to have this PVR, because I don't know. I've always wanted to do more than just N64 and GameCube, which is kind of what I'm stuck with at the moment. And now that I have it, this means I can do PlayStation 3. It means I can do PlayStation because my PS3 plays PlayStation 1 games. Unfortunately, I don't have a PS3 that plays PlayStation 2 games anymore. But I do have access to one, so if I want to play PS2 games, I can do that as well. However, mine being a PlayStation 3 Slim, they took the PS2 functionality out, which is really disappointing. Did have an original one at first, but when I left for school a couple years ago, the way it worked out was that my sister got to keep the nice PS3, but I got all the Nintendo games that I wanted. So, you know, I got to keep Ocarina of Time, I got to keep Wind Waker, I got to keep Smash Bros, I got to keep a bunch of stuff that I loved so much. So I'm really glad for that. And for me, it's an equal trade. There are very few PS2 games I really played. Now that I have an Xbox again, well, I mean, I should say now that I have an Xbox. I've never had an Xbox, but I found one at a thrift store for like $8 not too long ago. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, what was I saying? Right, now that I have an Xbox, a lot of the PS2 games that I play, like Battlefront and Area 51, I actually remember playing them on the Xbox first. So that's probably what I'm gonna end up buying the games on again is the Xbox, because the PS2, while a nice system, you know, the games that I really wanted to play on it, I remember playing on the Xbox at a friend's house, and now that I have an Xbox, I'll probably buy them on an Xbox. So, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. I apologize for that, guys. I'm back. Brief silence there. Just had to quickly check something. So yeah, we are here trying to beat up this football guy, and we're just dying. We're sitting here like, what are we supposed to do? How do we get by this guy? And it's not until a second here. I must be right now. Yeah, we bring the plum over to try and get a little extra height. You guys probably heard that. My phone vibrated. We bring the plum over to try and get a bit of extra height, and the plum sticks on the guy's head. So we now know how to deal with the football guys. Of course, in all the levels before this, there were no plums because they hadn't been introduced yet. But we now know how to deal with these guys, so long as there's a plum around, I suppose. Otherwise, we just have to move by them because I have no idea how to kill them. And with that, we have the 4 of 4 switches we need, and we can head down into the door and into the next section. And while we do that, I'm going to bring up another very interesting thing that's happened. I have ordered my very first import game from Japan. Only import I've ever owned. I've never owned a Japanese game, although I was very close to owning a Japanese copy of Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Gold. But especially with Pokemon, the fact that I can't read Japanese, it's rather hard to play a RPG when there's a lot of text, especially with the fact that I don't know what any of the moves would be. So it wouldn't work out very well for me. But it would actually still be cool to have them as far as collection sake goes. So maybe I'll do that someday. But yeah, I ordered a game from Japan. Comes with the box, comes with everything. It is the Tower of Druaga. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. The Tower of Druaga. There was an anime series based on it, which I might watch after I play the game. And it's like a little action dungeon crawler maze-like RPG kind of thing, but it's in English, which is interesting. Even though it's a Japanese game, it's interesting that it's in English. But it seemed like a really cool game. I was watching this documentary on, you know, video game music at like the turn of the century. they're being released now. Only episode 1's released at the moment. You know, I'll link it in the description, and if you want to check it out, you can. It's really interesting, actually. It has a bunch of interviews with like composers and stuff that did music for a lot of the early video games, and one of the women did the music for the Tower of Duraga in the arcade, and I was like, this music is amazing, and I checked it out, and turns out that it was only released on the Game Boy as far as consoles are concerned, and the Virtual Console, but I'd rather have it physical form. I don't like digital downloads. It's just not my thing. And it was also released on the PC Engine, but I don't have a PC Engine. So yeah, but I ordered that, so that'll be here mid-September, I believe. So because I have the Game Boy player, maybe I'll hook that up and we'll take a look at it together. That would be really interesting. Hopefully I'll like it, but you guys will get to know. So maybe we'll do that. It seems like a really, really cool game. You know, just a little side scroller. And I did check some of the music for the Game Boy one, and it sounds pretty awesome. It sounds like the Game Boy, and I love the sound of the Game Boy quite a bit. So that's really awesome. I really enjoy that. So yeah, that's about it on that. Let's see where we're here, guys. We're here. I haven't been paying attention. These controls are awful. You have to take a barrel and you have to set it on fire, as you've seen here, and you just can't, like, it's so impossible to control. So, I paused it. You know what happened here? I had to go for a sec. So you know what, guys? We'll be right back in a moment, and we'll continue the commentary. Alrighty, guys, we are back, and I apologize for that. I know it's weird since I'm doing post-commentary, but during the video I had to leave for a moment and do something, so unfortunately it's something that had to happen. Apparently we did not stop to get that cage, although I know we do it, so we will end up doing that eventually. But yeah, these controls were awful. I was not a big fan of them at all. Oh no, we're here, the football guy again. No plums around to try and get the football guy with, so, you know, I was like, what the hell are you supposed to do? I don't understand. And then, of course, I saw the light switch up there, and I came over here to try to get the light switch. And then I had to yawn, because apparently I'm still tired. Alright, yeah, I came over here trying to get the light switch, which didn't really work out all that well. It turns out you can't hit the light switch from over here. Don't know if you guys knew that, but you probably did more than I did. So I was trying to jump up on this pole here, and I kept constantly falling and almost dying, but I didn't die, surprisingly, which is really nice. But yeah, I kept jumping up on the pole, thinking that if I got a bit of extra height, I could hit it, but turns out I can't, and it took me forever to just be like, okay, whatever, I give up on this. So we came back this way, and once again, the football guy just kept wrecking us. It's hilarious that this happens, because I was just like, oh, this here. He was running after me, and I was just stuck there for a sec, and nothing was happening. Like, he wasn't hitting me, he wasn't doing anything, and I was just running in place. Of course, you know, I got to the point where I was like, look, this guy keeps killing me. I need to get back to the beginning. But apparently that's not happening yet. So I just jumped off the edge. But it hasn't happened yet. Have to wait for that. There we go. It's right here. I just jumped off. I was like, I have to die. And then I was like, oh shit, I hit a checkpoint. And then it was just like, well, this guy's, you know, not going anywhere. He's just going to keep killing me. What am I supposed to do? I don't understand. And I can't remember if I figure it out now or if I die first. But, oh no, see, he's running after me. He just runs right off the edge. He runs right off the edge of the edge of the stage and just kills himself. And I was like, well, okay. I guess that works. And so we try and make our way back here. Of course, that doesn't work, and we die. Good job, me. Good job. And with that, I think we end up back at the beginning of the section here, which we do. We do, and I believe this is where we get the, cage up here. Yes, it is. We jump, and the platform falls, which I didn't realize was going to happen, and I almost died. But I didn't, which is nice. So we rescue the cage here, giving us 2 of 5. And we also jump up on this pirate spring because, you know, for some odd reason there's a spring there. I have no idea what the pirates would need that for. But it was conveniently placed there for Rayman, I guess. I mean, they were just like, we know that you need a way to save these guys, so we're just gonna give it to you. Like, that's what it did pretty much. It just gave me what I needed to survive. And of course I died again because these controls, it's really hard to explain the controls in this game because it's something you have to play. It's something you really, really have to play in order to understand. Like, they're definitely not the worst controls in video games by far. There are far, far worse controls than this. But, it's definitely not the greatest. Definitely not the greatest. It's very frustrating. It's very hard to control. But with a little practice, you can get it down. You should be okay. And I believe we make it back on this one, so that's always nice. Oh, I thought we were gonna fall in the water there, but we made it. We're okay. Oh, right, I tried running up, and then I remembered, oh, wait, gotta run off. Gotta let him run off the edge. And I love how, like, he just suspends himself in the air, and he just tries and waves. But he's made of metal. You would think he would fall a lot faster. You would think he would fall a lot faster. And, of course, we have to run into that thing in order to open it. What if we ran into it and then died? We'd have no health left. Because you still take damage from running into walls. Because the explosion knocks you back and you take damage. But with that, we finally make it through this section. And I swear I sit here for like 10 minutes trying to figure out this cage. And I'm just like, how do I do this? Like, do I have to throw it at it? What do I do? And eventually, oh, apparently I just didn't even realize it was there. Just decided to forget about it. Maybe I saw it and didn't know what to do, so I just skipped it. But I know I get it. So maybe it's after this, because I died. I was like, well, I'm already dead, so I may as well just try and get it. And for the longest time, like, I was just like, do I have to throw it at it? Like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do to break this thing? And I don't know how long it goes on for, but eventually I realized I just have to stand under it and throw it upwards. And I was like, how could I be so stupid? How, like, look at me standing on top of the barrel trying to hit it with my attacks. But no, you just have to stand right under it and throw it up like this, and boom, you got it. You got it. And now we're back to horrible rocket controls trying to get through this section. And it's super annoying. Like, again, we're in a situation where we have really poor controls with really, really tight corridors with sensitive precision controls, and it's really, really annoying. But at least this one wasn't as hard as the last level. I mean, if you watch the last level, oh my god, I got so pissed at that level. But this one's definitely not as bad for sure. The rockets are not as awful as the barrels are. Or sorry, the barrels are not as awful as the rocket shells are there that were in the last level. So at least it's a bit better, and I just realized what the switch over there did. It actually opens the door that was in front of us there, but it's on a time limit, so we have to be quick. And this is me jumping up on this thing, and he's not grabbing onto it until I go right to the back. And then he's like, okay, sure, I'll grab onto it now. Like, I don't understand why that was a thing, but whatever. But apparently getting that cage drops a bunch of health for us, and I thought maybe there was something else over here, but it turns out that was it. So we just head back so we can hit the switch, and then once again we head through some pretty dreadful barrel controls. I'm surprised we haven't had to roll on the barrel yet over water. Make it Glover style, where you're on the water and you're just rolling on the ball. That's so funny. I love Glover. It's such a good game. I've never actually beaten it, though. Maybe that's something I should try and do. But yeah, once again, we have annoying controls with this this barrel here, which is kind of annoying. At least I don't have to fight the pirate again. I have no idea why I did it before. Maybe it's just because I got a game over before, but it was a few episodes ago. I can't remember exactly when it was, but when I died, I had to refight a pirate, and I haven't had to do that since. So I have no idea. But we make it through here, I think, this time. Oh, no, we don't. We do make it through, but this is the time where we're like, what are we supposed to do? And look at this, guys. We just got killed by air. Air killed us. That's right. Death by air. Probably the worst thing that can kill you. Like, I haven't seen something like that since the SNES era, where things could kill you by just jumping. Or was it the Atari era? I can't remember. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Speaking of the Atari area, I watched the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, and it was hilarious. I mean, it was basically just an extended nerd video, and it was great. I loved it. The production was awesome. The use of miniatures was good. I mean, it does obviously in ways take you out of the experience because it's not realistic, and there were quotes there, but it still looked cool. I mean, it was good. It was really awesome, and it was cool of him to, you know, not take the CG route for everything and to stick with miniatures and costumes and animatronics. It was really awesome. I thought it was really cool. So, you know, if you haven't checked it out yet, you should really go check it out. It was a really, really awesome movie. It's definitely an experience, and it's a part of nerd history. I mean, you gotta check it out if you're a fan of the nerd. So that's definitely something you gotta check out. It was super awesome to experience, and I really enjoyed it. So, you know, I would recommend it to anybody. Go check it out. And with that, guys, we have 5 of 5 cages freed, which can only mean the end of the level. We got the Teensy King there. And we get to do our little dance. And we are sucked out of the world. So, guys, that's that. We're back to shorter levels, which is nice. No more hour and 18-minute videos, at least not until the next Sanctuary, hopefully. But yeah, I guess that's it for now, guys. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know post-commentary is not the best, although I seem to talk about more when I do post-commentary. But that's because I'm going through the game blind and I'm trying to pay attention. But still, next time we're going to head into the precipice, or precipice? I don't know, whatever it is. But for now, this is VJ322 signing out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll join me next time. But until then, peace.